Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our special live talk show tonight, discussing about the ethical and safety challenge surrounding AI. AI has been the potential to revolutionize industries, but it comes with risks that need to be addressed. So we will hear from our experts today on how to mitigate these risks and ensure AI is deployed responsibly. Introducing our guest today, Fajil will focus on safety challenges in AI. Haifa and Kwokung will cover the ethical consideration in AI, and Kwokung will also discuss on why addressing this challenge is critical. And lastly, Damkon will provide advice for organizations looking to adopt AI responsibility. So let's start with safety challenge in AI present. Fajil, over to you.
Artificial intelligence is transforming industries like healthcare and autonomous driving, but with its capabilities come significant safety challenges. Today, I will highlight two of the most pressing issues: algorithmic malfunctions and AI-generated harmful content. Now, what is AI safety? It's the effort to prevent accidents and misuse of AI systems, ensuring that they are reliable and aligned with human values. Safety in AI requires a balance between innovation and caution, particularly in unpredictable environments. One key challenge is algorithmic malfunctions. A prominent example is the Tesla autopilot fatal crash in 2016, where the system failed to recognize a truck and caused the fatal accident. Since then, Tesla autopilot has been linked to 14 deaths and 49 injuries. The damage isn't just in lives lost. Tesla faced legal battles, financial liabilities, and reputational harm, forcing the company to overhaul its software and protocols. The lesson is clear: AI systems need continuous human monitoring and rigorous testing in real-world scenarios to ensure user safety. The second challenge is AI-generated harmful content, like deepfakes and phishing attacks. Deepfakes can create highly realistic yet fake videos that impersonate individuals, spreading misinformation. A striking case involved a Hong Kong company losing $25 million after scammers used deepfakes to impersonate executives. Deepfakes can also be weaponized to manipulate elections, spread false narratives, and undermine public trust in media. As these tools become more advanced, the challenge for organizations and governments to develop detection tools that can keep pace with the rapid evolution of deepfake technology. In parallel, AI-driven phishing attacks have become increasingly sophisticated. Hackers now use AI to create phishing emails that are more personalized and convincing, making them harder to detect. With AI, cybercriminals can automate and scale these attacks, exploiting vulnerabilities in security systems. This makes it critical for organizations to continuously update their cybersecurity protocols and conduct penetration testing to identify and fix potential loopholes. The key takeaway is that organizations must strengthen cybersecurity, invest in deepfake detection tools, and collaborate with regulators to prevent the misuse of AI-generated content. As these threats evolve, so must our defense strategies.
Thank you, Chilo, for highlighting the critical safety challenge associated with AI development. It's clear that organizations need to prioritize the safety protocols to protect both user and system from potential harm. Thank you so much. Now, let's shift gears to explore the ethical consideration of AI, which are just as crucial to address. So from bias in algorithm to the lack of transparency in AI decision making, this issue can have profound implications on fairness and trust. So to deep dive into this ethical challenge, I want to invite Haifa to take us through some real-world examples and discuss the importance of addressing algorithm bias and transparency of AI. Over to you, Mr. Fat.
Thank you, Jun, for inviting me on this show. I'm pleasured. While AI holds incredible potential, we must be mindful of the risk it poses, especially in terms of bias, transparency, and accountability. I'll begin with the example of Amazon's AI recruiting tool and think you might know that to highlight these challenges. AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on. If the training data is biased, the system will produce biased outcomes. A striking example of this is Amazon's AI recruitment tool. Designed to screen resumes, this tool ended up systematically favoring male candidates over female candidates. Why, you would ask? It was trained on 8 resumes submitted to Amazon over a 10-year period, which were largely from men, especially in tech roles, as you know, a historically male-dominated field. This resulted in the AI penalizing resumes that included words like women's, For instance, in phrases like women's chess clubs, you would get penalized for that. Ridiculous, right? While favoring those from male-dominated industries. In the same year, as you can see on this pie chart, Amazon released its AI recruitment tool. It also released its first ever workplace diversity figures, which suggested that a whopping 63% of its employees were males. Furthermore, this case underscores a crucial lesson. Biased data leads to biased outcomes. We will also tell you about how organizations can fix this, improve this later on. Another critical challenge with AI is the lack of transparency. AI systems nowadays often operate as black boxes, making it difficult for people to understand how decisions are made. Let's take the financial sector as an example. Have you ever gone on a loan approval system? AI-driven systems used for loan approvals have faced criticism for making decisions that are hard to explain. Imagine being denied a loan but not knowing why. That lack of transparency erodes trust from customers and stakeholders in general. In the Amazon case, as I've mentioned before, if the AI had been more transparent, it could have been easier to identify and address the bias sooner. This not only fosters trust, but ensures accountability. Speaking about accountability, everyone knows that as humans, we all have accountability in our actions. But what about an AI? Accountability is a massive challenge in AI. For example, in cases where Tesla's autopilot system has failed and caused fatal crashes, there's been a lot of debate over who is responsible. How do you think about this, Jun?
Those are a very important point, Hafan. So, who is responsible for something like that happen? Is the AI system, the driver, or Tesla, or the manufacturer?
In my honest opinion, I don't even know. Organizations must establish clear accountability for AI decisions. This involves identifying who is responsible, and when the AI system makes an error or causes harm, that way it will provide accountability so users in general can trust them more.
Thank you, Hafan, for that insightful discussion on algorithm bias and need for transparency in AI system. Clearly, addressing this critical challenge is essential for organizations looking for building trust and ensure fairness in their AI application. And next, we will take a look for some more practical strategy for overcoming this challenge, particularly how organizations can mitigate the risk and implement the best practice in both design and operation of AI. Welcome here with me is Dr. Kwok Hong. One of the most concerning things about AI to customers and organizations alike has to be the data breaches and privacy violations of AI usage. AI systems have the capacity to process and analyze a vast amount of personal data, and while this is incredibly powerful, but it can also present a lot of significant risks, particularly when it comes to safeguarding privacy. To address these issues of privacy, there are regulations like the General Data Protection Regulations, or the GDPR, which plays a crucial role in protecting an individual's personal data. It established strict guidelines for data collections, processing, and storage when using AI. To illustrate the importance of GDPR, let's look at real-world examples. So, an AI system designed for patient diagnosis inadvertently processed personal health data without proper concerns, thus violates the guidelines of GDPR. And this breach emphasized the risks associated with deploying AI systems in sensitive areas like healthcare. So, in summary, one key insight that organizations must embed privacy considerations into the designs of their AI systems. This approach, known as privacy by design, ensures that data collections, data protection measures are integral to the system architecture rather than just an afterthought of the system. Here's a figure to serve as a valuable guide for organizations aiming to ensure that GDPR compliance for their AI applications. By following all these steps in this figure up above right here, organizations will be able to avoid legal problems, and customers will be able to protect themselves from potential data breaches. Okay, I got your point now, but why is it so critical to address the challenge that posed by AI? So, of course, addressing AI challenges is not an optional thing. It is critical for long-term success. such as the examples of Amazon's bias recruiting tools, leading to significant public backlash and reputation damage. Tesla, on the other hand, faced legal challenges after the self-driving system failed, resulting in a lot of tragic accidents which hurt both the organizations and the individuals. So in both cases, failing to address these challenges led to financial losses and a loss of trust. So organizations should prioritize ethics and safety in AI, are more likely to maintain public trust and stay competitive, as well as avoiding legal issues. Thank you, Kuho, for that insightful share. And now we'll come to the final touch, that is advice for organization, presented by Dr. Dan Pon right here.
Thank you for introducing me. I will first suggest some of the good AI development practices that organizations should adopt. First and foremost, organizations must prioritize privacy protection as is one of the main ethical standards. They should focus on getting data subject consent and implementing strong measures to protect user privacy at every stage of AI system interaction, so that user data remain safe throughout. Next up, it is essential for organizations to proactively identify and analyze potential future risks in AI systems. This proactive approach helps mitigating risks before they manifest, rather than merely reacting to past incidents. Training and education is another essential practice among our companies. Providing training for AI developers on safety protocol, ethical standards, and risk management would instill a safety and ethical first mindset and prepare teams to respond effectively to potential risks. Moving on, incremental development is a good development practice that companies should pay attention on. This involves continuous testing to improve AI system, reduce risk, and adapt to new changes. And it also enables the incorporation of user feedback at each stage, ensuring that the AI aligns better with the real-world need and ethical consideration. Safeguarding is one major key aspect to ensure safety and ethicality that companies should always put it on the checklist during the AI system development. Safeguard in AI system refer to measure and protocol designed to ensure that AI system operates safely, ethically, and in alignment with societal values. These safeguards aim to prevent harmful outcomes, protect users, and ensure that AI behave in a predictable and beneficial ways. Last but not least, regular audit. Conducting audits is crucial for evaluating effectiveness of safety measures, fairness, and ethicality checks. These audits help identify gaps in safety practices and ensure compliance with established protocol, thereby enhancing overall safety. Red teaming exercise should be also taken into account as well. It is a strategy that involves testing the system limit, exposing its vulnerabilities and weaknesses that could be exploited by malicious actors or that could lead to harmful outcomes. Overall, organizations should adopt ethical AI frameworks, which ensure transparency, accountability, and fairness. This involves regularly auditing AI systems for bias, ensuring human oversight in decision-making, and implementing explainability tools for AI output. For safety, organizations need to stress test AI systems in controlled environment before deployment, adopt fail-safe mechanisms for autonomous systems, and ensure continuous monitoring and updating of AI models to adapt to new data and threats. Collaboration between AI developers, ethical reviewers, and industry experts is critical in building resilient AI systems. We have some prominent examples of how organizations are already adopting ethical AI frameworks. For instance, Google has published AI principles to guide the research and development, ensure that the AI systems are transparent, accountable, and fair. Similarly, Microsoft AI Ethics Committee oversees AI projects, focusing on fairness and ethical impact. IBM has developed an internal AI ethics board, and the EU has established the high-level expert group on AI to create ethical guidelines for AI development across Europe.
Thank you, Dan Pon, for those useful advice. I bet that all organizations will initiate those advice in the future. So in conclusion, AI can deliver enormous value to organization, but with great power comes with great responsibility. So it is essential for organizations to adopt human-centered design principle in their AI development process. This means not only focusing on innovation, but also ensuring the AI system are aligned with ethical standards, safety guidelines, and social values. By following this practice through proactive engagement, continuously testing, regular audit, and collaboration, organizations can mitigate the risks associated with AI while unlocking its full potential for sustainable value creation. Ultimately, AI should serve humanity, and prioritizing ethical and safety consideration is the key to achieve that goal. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's for all the show tonight. Thank you all and good night.